allow the children.
It's okay. It's okay. Off your mic. It's okay. Off your mic. Off your mic.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego diary politico, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over Naira. See them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego diary politico, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my egun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my egun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say my egun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo. My egun don't come, oh, yo. My people make you shout, oh, yo. My egun don't come, oh, yo.
Hello there. Morning to you. Good afternoon to you. And good evening to you from wherever you are joining me from. It is Mayegun Live. Once again, thank you so much for joining me from wherever you are watching from. Please share this broadcast. Invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends. Tell them, Mayegun to today. You are watching on Facebook. You better go on YouTube now before they shut it down again.
Facebook. And yes, so like YouTube. And yes, so like oh, Baba,
possibly meet with all the Nigerians who tripped out last week and screaming, "Ebing Pawao." There is no protest anymore. Everybody seems to have activated their survivor mode to an adjustment. I want to believe that ebi ò pa wọ́n mọ́ báyìí.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí.
Today. So good morning to you once again, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are joining us from. It is Mayegun Live. And we can possibly look at this chart tonight from the angle of those, especially those of us who were a little bit, skeptical, asking at the time that if you are asking for food as the reasons why you are on the streets, does that mean that if they give you food, everything else is fine? Others believe that nothing would come out of it. Indeed, seems that nothing has come out of it because the protest is now has now abated. The hunger remain. The prices, the cost of living, the hardship, they are still very much prevalent. They are still there. Nothing has changed, and it seems like people just chose to continue crying quietly, silently. I don't know. Or they are regrouping, whatever you will call it. The point here today is that last week, they started the journey and the idea of to rescue Nigeria Naira, it must come from a windfall. And since they couldn't find any windfall, well, they went for Binance. And now, Binance has been banned in Nigeria. Binance has removed Nigeria from their payment system. And you would expect the Nigerian Naira to at least fall back to 700 Naira where they met it 9 months ago. But rather, it continues to slide. We are hoping that they probably have another people they will blame after this. Some said maybe they should arrest or kidnap more Binance executives. The bottom line is this: everybody knows what they are doing. So let us start from asking a lot of you who are here with us tonight, and those of you who probably felt like, indeed, Nigerians have had enough. Last week, everyone was screaming, "Ebing Pawao, Tinubu must do something." In fact, just yesterday, people have resorted into self-help. I kind of shared that with you yesterday when they robbed the Bua truck in Kaduna because of hunger. Abi, here is a clip. I'm coming back to it.
Kagani, yanzu nan dogarawa ne gashi. Mutane gaye nan. Kagani, taliya ce gaye nan. Taliya ce gaye nan. Ground ce. Gaye nan suna iba. Kagani, da yawan mutane ba musulmai bane. Da yawan mutane kagani, musuluncin na ƙarya ne. Allah ya dare, Allah ya dare. Dai. Kagani, sallan juma'a aka sako amma ga yana mutane fashi suke shiga nan. Musuluncin ya zama na ƙarya, kagani, ba imani, kagani, ga nan. Nan dogarawa ne, Zaria, Kaduna State. Ga nan highway.
On the motorway, expressway. People are now being robbed in their homes for food. Terrorists are demanding for food. Codeine. I know, is it called codeine? That drug that they are abusing in Nigeria. In all of this, a lot of you were sold. I think I remember saying it as well, right? I remember very well that when they came out and said it's because they are hungry. Some of us actually said that. You see people where they complain of hunger, especially those ones that are pretty much like it was like a controlled opposition, right? People where they complain of hunger. Obviously, they are angry or sad for bad governance. So I remember last week I said this is pure waste of time, and a lot of people actually believe that, agreed that it was a waste of time. I know a lot of you are divided already. Okay, those who are hungry believes that as long as they have access to food, everything else they can endure. To those who are currently jobless and even poorer, majority of them don't really want good governance per se, because if you describe good governance to them ordinarily, that simply means they would have to reject and go against these same criminals they call leaders. And they don't want to do that. So last week we were seeing some of them. Hey, sorry, we are criticizing Tinubu because of the situation in the country. Doesn't mean that we don't support him. I was like, una never ready. When you are ready, you are not going to go out there and be complaining about food. Food will be the least of your problems. In fact, food is the least of your problems. I know they make you believe that once the hunger is out of it, everything else is ordinary. That's what they make you believe. But you see what you actually have. The source of all of this frustration and all of it, right? You will realize that food is the least. Food is the smallest and the smallest of your worries. Yeah? Tinubu and his gang make you believe that they are doing something. Of course they are, but what they are doing is totally against your well-being, your survival, your security, everything you hold you hold dear. All of their action are working against what makes you human. And the moment you realize that this is their position, this is what they are doing, number one, you will stop expecting things to be different or get better at all, anytime. Because you will tell yourself the truth that you can't be doing all of this and then expect a different result. These guys are practically replacing the thieves, the machinery that brought Nigeria to our knees. They are replacing them with their own criminals. And the same criminality continues. Aluta. Continua. So while you think they are making reform or doing reform, they are reforming your lives every day backward. And to some of you who probably feels like you are sacrificing, this is a sacrifice. We are sacrificing. One day we are going to repeat. I don't know how old you are or how young you are. There were those your uncles and aunties today who were younger, 8 years younger, 9 years younger, 9 years ago. Today, they are now part and parcel of the poverty capital, the poverty basket created by these rogues. Nigeria needs help, serious help. And a lot of us believes that to resolve Nigeria problem, you must start to deal with it in parts. Start breaking it up to parts. And then, by then, you would have segmented and fractioned the problems, and everybody can deal with their problem according to their own best abilities. This starts from people renegotiating this fraud. Nigeria need help. Nigerians they need help. But the self-destruct button has been pressed. Nigeria cannot be saved. Why did I say Nigeria cannot be saved? You see, there are some certain things that should have been happening as far back as at least 10, 15, 20 years ago. If they have been happening today, you will only be reading about some of the people who are your governors today, your local government chairmen, women, your senators, lawmakers here and there. Those people will be people you'll be reading about, same way you are reading about Anene and Osumbo, we then kill at Bar Beach for stealing 200 Naira. These characters you see today, Nigeria's system is now saturated, flooded with unpatriotic people, selfish, self-centered, greedy people. People will no get religion, they no get tribe, they no get any ethnic affiliation or loyalty. They do not have any sort of humanity in them. Now, una see they'll identify yourselves as Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba, Ijo, Efiki, Shekiri, Tifi, Fulani, and the rest of you, up in arms against yourselves, Christians, Muslims, and other infidels like me. But when you look at the characters who have been in charge of Nigeria, these are godless people. These are inhuman people. These are selfish, self-centered people. These are narrow-minded people, short-sighted people, people who are so self-centered that all they see is themselves and the rest of you. Because, let's start from patriotism. In your own summation, who are the most luckiest people among those identified as Nigerians today than your politicians and their friends, the elites? Who are the luckiest? Your politicians get, listen to this, they get free money for saying they are representing you, whether you elected them, selected them, or they rigged them, say it doesn't matter, right? But they make themselves believe that they are speaking for you and represent you. So therefore, they get paid for it. Their family members get paid for that. They have access to free wardrobe, free cars, free houses. They even get paid to read the newspaper about what is going on. And they have access to free medical care. Their children have access to the free and the best education that money can buy. They get all of this on a platter. Then they gave you bad governance. And they also believe that they are so entitled to the point that they do not hold you any responsibility. Baba, who do you think are the luckiest Nigerians than your politicians? And yet, after all of this have been given to them, they still end up dipping their hands in the common resources that would then have to be shared by millions of you who identify as Nigerians. They dip their hand in that and they keep that to them for themselves. They line their pockets. Then they now make laws that now shield them from any sort of a prosecution or taking responsibility. Baba, you where they no give anything. They turned around and said, you need to be more patriotic to your country. All of una to they condemn your country. All of una to they blame your country. Is that how the rest of the world do? Americans will wake up every morning and they will say, God bless America. British will, British will wake up every morning and they will say, God bless the king. British that will say, God bless the king is living in a welfare system. A system that gives him or her every opportunity to become whatever he or she wants to become. In the circumstance that he or she can't be what she wants to be, then it will have to depend on a system that won't make healthcare inaccessible, expensive. They won't have to make his own children or our children to suffer poverty simply because their mama, their papa, and call no get money. So why won't they wake up and say, God bless the queen? Why won't an average American wake up and say, God bless America? Papa, now, come on now. The people that should be waking up every morning to say, God bless Nigeria, God bless Nigeria, are the people that Nigeria has been so gracious to. Your political criminals, your ruiners that you call rulers, irresponsible lords, who put the responsibility of if Nigeria will work or not on you while they go to bed. And that is it. You know, people who have no real responsibility are the people who are also saying Nigeria's unity is non-negotiable. You see, you are worried about food. You are going to be starved. You will be more hungry and your children are going to live in poverty. Because they are saying the unity of Nigeria is non-negotiable. But we are now looking around with, where is the unity? Yorubas that loves Igbos. Igbos that loves Yorubas. So yeah, how many are they? Where are the Igbos that loves Fulani? Where are the Fulanis that cherish Igbos? Where are the Efik that loves the Jaws? Where are the, where are the Christians that would die for a Muslim? Where are the Muslims that would die for others, for the infidels? We are trying to see the unity. Where is that Nigeria unity that is non-negotiable? Yeah, I bet we'll see them. Who get the copy of that unity? This is what we say we can't wait to kill ourselves. We are pretending we are united. Because the criminals in Nigeria are united. They are the owners of Nigeria. Sure you get. It doesn't matter what they say about themselves. Sure you get. Politicians will tell you. These Yorubas always, but I be Yoruba, I no benefit anything from Nigeria that makes me special than Igbo. Some of you who they watch me will be Fulani. Of course, I not talk about Fulani where they carry gun inside bush. They kidnap and kill people. There are Fulanis that are not terrorists. Sure you get. Some of you went to school with Fulanis. But now that our unity is non-negotiable, but there are many of you that are Fulanis that can't wait to put knife on top of the neck of Igbo. There are Igbos that cannot wait to use their AK-47 to blow the head of any Fulani. Meanwhile, these two people have no direct benefit from the rot. But politicians have made everybody believe that you must be careful. I am fighting for the Yoruba. I am fighting for the Igbo. I'm a Yoruba man. My family are Yorubas. We have not benefited anything that makes us better than any Igbo. The Fulanis that I know too, they've not benefited anything that makes them better than Hausa. Hausas, that the ordinary Hausas, you can't see them as they have benefited more than any Igbo. Or the Ijaw people where even get the largest crude oil that is supposedly feeding Nigeria, now feeding the rich politicians, the rich criminals in Nigeria. The Ijaws cannot say because they are Ijaw, they are currently having the best of the best life than the people from Middle Belt. Well, everybody is
pretty much suspicious of one another. Then the criminal politician said, the Nigeria's unity is non-negotiable. And you're like, the only thing that unites Nigerians together is poverty. That's the only thing. Those of you where the thing say you are above poverty, continue. That is the only thing that Nigerians have in common. Poverty, insecurity, corruption, terrible leadership. And all of these are the only thing Nigerians have in common. Now, the only thing we unite all of una be that. That is why una go they do competition about poverty. You will see them. There is no amount of our people can never suffer like this. Our people can always say, we are the most educated people in Nigeria. We are the most in Nigeria. Meanwhile, everybody there inside that basket of poverty, no electricity. Some of you even think that you don't understand the context of poverty. That's why I said hunger is not the only thing that you should be worried about. Your entire life, your entire existence, the meaning, the definition of your entire existence has been completely lived in a lie. I'm a Nigerian. I'm a proud Nigerian. A proud idiot. A proud foolish person. A proud mumu. I'm a proud Nigerian. You are proud to come from a country that cannot, after 63 years of independence, cannot generate 10,000, 20,000, 50,000 megawatt of electricity, give you 24 hours electricity, 63 years of independence. You provide your own electricity. You provide your own road. You provide your own security. You provide your own healthcare. You provide your own education. You provide almost everything for yourself. You are a mini local government. On the 1st of October, you can't put green, white, green on. You say you are a proud Nigerian. Are you not a proud fool? So not be only hunger. So when people go out and say they are protesting hunger care. This unity that they talk about na charm. If you don't know it, you better do. What is the solution? What is the solution? Break this shit hole up. There are so many ways you can skin a cat. I've never done one, but I've read that many times. It said there are so many ways you can kill a cat. I believe. You can drown it. You can skin it. You can shoot it. You can strangle it. You can, burn it. I don't know. You can do it as long as the cat is dead. You see this monster, the weapon fashioned against you. You can fight me. You can hate me. You can say whatever you like. Everything. You see, if you disagree with any part of this, I understand. You just say this construction easy. Unlearning what you have learned. Unlearning the lies that you have lived for how many years? How old are you? 50, 60, 70. How? 20, 30. Okay. It doesn't matter. A lot of you have lived that lie all your existence. You have been living in denial too. Sure you get. You want to resolve Nigeria problem. Let us start from a Diayede. Apart from this English, even this English where they speak, the majority of the population in the hinterland, the deeper part of the contraption called Nigeria today, there are so many of them that will just be looking at me like they will have to bring up interpreters. We know they hear ourselves. And you know one thing about not speaking the same language, it simply means you have no similar identity in here. You have nothing in common in here. People who speak one language or similar language, very close, cultural, traditional, and the rest of all those historical connection that has actually built up and become that they understand their languages. They will relate well. You will understand yourselves well. If I say something, the next person understands. There is no dilution there. Nobody will mix up what I say. Nobody will suspect me and make me feel like maybe I am doing this to come out. You know that stuff. Let's start from there. And how do you arrive at that? Nigeria don't see before this whole fake country got created. Nigeria is already very much on that path. the path where everybody knows where their boundary were. They still do. No matter how many times they redraw the map of Africa, that of the contraption called Nigeria, even the one done by Gowon, and it's a Fulani Bakasi, called state creation. All of this, pata, the artificial borders. All of us know where our border reach. Every indigenous person in that contraption, they know where their border is. When you get here, they will tell you, now from there, Yoruba land and Yoruba people of this tribe, this is where their land ends. This is their border. Did you understand? It's already there. All this artificial border, southeast, south, Niger Delta, Middle Belt, all these artificial borders they have drawn. Baba, we will erase them if you want to resolve Nigeria problems. So people have said it before that when you have a country where people don't speak the same language, they have no similar belief. In Nigeria today, if you are watching me for the first time and you don't know this, in Nigeria today, if there are some certain people, a section of Nigeria, what do you call it, country, that believes that if you are not a Muslim, you are an infidel. An infidel is a dirty, it's a dirty thing, filthy thing, a rag, something that cannot be touched. Inhuman. See, less than human, subhuman, that's what they call us. Me, we be say, I don't be Muslim, I don't be Christian now. I am an infidel because I share a country with people who believes their origin is from Afghanistan. I have no relationship with people from Sahel. I have never been to these areas. I have no relatives there. I have no connection there until the artificial map of Africa was drawn and a place called Nigeria was created. So they fused us with terrorists, Islamic terrorists. Many of them have gained access and they have access to power. And they have shaped Nigeria along their belief, along their faith, along their conviction. And today, we are having the clash of civilization. Do you understand? Clash of civilization. Again, I believe that Facebook has stopped all my Facebook friends from watching. I told them, come on to YouTube. YouTube is stable. You can watch the full episode on YouTube. So we'll leave it at that and we will be here. And to my friends on TikTok as well, thank you. I've got guys there too, by the way, everyone. So if you are still with me, please take a moment and share the broadcast if you haven't already. Like the broadcast as well. It does help, I have been told. And I have actually seen it as well, right? So you have that Nigeria is now being run by all kinds of criminals that are feeding fat from these artificial borders. They created artificial borders to keep people separated from their ancestral, indigenous cousins, people who are actually from them, to make them minority, left, right, and center. All these artificial borders will be erased. If you are looking for a solution, hunger is, in fact, hunger is the least of what you should be worried about. Because what is still coming? The united criminals who told you that Nigeria's unity is not negotiable. It is because the moment you begin to negotiate this fake unity, these guys are going to go into extinct. They're going to go into extinction. Do you understand? They're going to go extinct. Now, what that simply means is that a system that allowed them to be loyal to themselves, not even to Nigeria, despite all Nigeria has been given to them. All Nigeria has been given to them and their families. They are still not loyal to Nigeria. They give, every opportunity they see is to steal and loot. And then they leave the people hanging, right? And the only way to make sure that people will never have the courage or the number to ever challenge them
is to continue to spread fear, to continue to spread pseudo-patriotism, continue to ask you or blame you for their own failures, for their own corruption. And a lot of you are going to continue to agree with them. And that is why some of you who went out last week, for those who went out, we go out, go protest you. You were out there complaining that things are tough, things are hard. You are hungry. Abi? So you were hungry. You use that energy. I say, we are hungry. All of us are hungry. Now, are you no longer hungry? Is everything now probably like, all right? I'm coming back to that. Yesterday, again, we had a chat on how corrupt system affects everyone when you have customs all over the world. Customs, immigration, and all these people, they act to defend and protect their country by ensuring that whatever is not meant to be in their country is not in their country. Nigeria is not Islamic country, but there are people who believe that Nigeria is Islamic country. That whether we like it or not, a time is coming that people like us are going to be killed if we fail to follow Islam. And there are people who believe that that will never happen. I am one of them who believe that that will never happen. Now, is that not a clash of a civilization like that? That is a clash of civilization. How do you think we are going to ever live with our killers? How do you think we are going to ever live in peace with our kidnappers? How do you think people are going to live in peace with the people who actually, kidnap their wives, kidnap their daughters, kidnap their sons, and raped them, sodomized them? How do you live in the same country like that with them? So the point there is that until you all come around and know that to fix Nigeria problems start from dismantling the fake unity they have told you about all the time, to defend their unity and uphold their honor. These people have brought shame, disgrace, international stigma. I'm talking about horrible stigma on every Nigerian. Everywhere you go, you have to prove yourself that you are not that Nigerian they know. You haven't done anything. I haven't done anything illegal. I haven't committed any crime that will make me to be very careful or be answering to things I have no idea of simply because I am a Nigerian and I'm carrying a passport. I am carrying the weight, the sins of the looters, of the ruiners, of these criminals. I am carrying that weight everywhere I go. So that unity needs to be, when they say divide Nigeria, we are telling you to divide the system that enabled these criminals to amass this so much wealth and power, influence, to the point that they become your lawmakers. How can criminals be making laws? How can lawmakers be how can lawbreakers be lawmakers? It doesn't work that way. Do you get that? So you have a system that rewards criminality. So in Nigeria, the Nigerian Navy, the high-ranking officers of a Nigerian Navy, I'm talking about the leadership, they are those involved in stealing Nigerian crude oil and guiding them out of Nigeria water. Nigeria is losing billions and billions of dollars every day to crude oil thieves. But the people who have been paying and being given, listen to this, because of insecurity in Nigeria, Nigeria is spending more money. I'm talking about times 10 to times 15 of the same money Nigeria is budgeting for healthcare. The money Nigeria is spending on security, buying weapons, and maybe they don't, then the money disappearing. Nigeria is spending 1/3 of our national budget on security. Money to spy on you, money to buy weapons, and yet insecurity never stops or reduces in Nigeria. Have you not asked yourself why? And the same Nigeria is where they are budgeting 200 billion, 180 billion for education, for healthcare. They are budgeting 200 billion that they will never give to manufacturers for manufacturing.
Yet they are budgeting 8 trillion, 7 trillion for security. Yet the border is porous, the sea is porous, criminals everywhere. You have begin to ask yourself, what is actually the reward or the gain from that every year trillions of naira that goes into security? Now, people, now them, they do oil smuggling, oil bunkering, Navy officers. So they will buy all those boats. They will display them to shakara all of you. Say, if you try anything to protest, we will bring out all the boats, gun boats. But the same gunboat, they guide criminals where they steal Nigeria crude oil in large vessels, guiding them out of Nigeria water. And the media will tell us, Nigeria is losing so amount of crude oil. Nigeria has lost so amount of crude oil. What happened to the Navy officer? What happened to the Nigeria DSS? Where are the NIA? Where are the DIA? Baba, where are the Air Force? Where are the Nigeria military? All the weapon guys, where are they? That Nigeria is losing billions of naira. Trillions of naira, billions of dollars to oil smugglers. Because it's a compromise system. It is a compromise system. Criminals are all in charge. Now, when you go into all these places, you only find like minute number of genuine ones who actually wanted to do something right, but they can never do anything right. How can they do anything right? You have a system that is wholly corrupt, intentionally corrupt, and then you have few people employed by that same corrupt system. They can't make any changes. Don't you get it? The police is corrupt. I never know say police they do daily a job until I turned 13. And this was 27 years ago. I was about 13 years old, a teenager. That was when I realized that police, they pay a job. They do theft. They were giving policemen targets. I mean, I was a little boy since I discovered that the Nigerian police, all the bribes they are collecting, from the unit level, from the ward level, where you have the DPO, to local government level, where you have all these officers here and there, to state level, then to regional level, then to national level. It is a racket, and it is not fake story. Policemen will collect bribe, extortion from people because they are given targets. They say DPO will get to office and say something like this. Wait for it. DPO will be like, hey, station officer, SO, come here. We have just received another circular from the commissioner. They said that they have increased our target for this month. They said we didn't do well. They said things are tough now. Okay. Commissioner of police and yes. 10 million. Officer, do you think we can do 10 million this month? Oga, I don't think so. Except if we start going to that extension where we have small garage, where people they do, people will just go, they arrest all the people where they sell paraga, ogogoro, and the rest of that. Because we know if we meet 10 million for this area. Talk to them, Oga. Things are tough. See, people are complaining that we are collecting too much money from them. This is how they run Nigerian policing system. I swear. This is it. They will give divisional police officers. They will give them target of how much money they must bring to the state level. Because that same state commissioner of police, he also has a target that he must meet with the police IG. And that's how the system works. Therefore, if somebody is arrested for a crime, the same police can release the criminal and replace the criminal with somebody they illegally raided that is yet to pay. When they raid you, they will ask you 5,000 naira, 10,000, 100,000, 500,000. That's how much your bail is. It depends on their target. Now, if you fail to pay that, they'll go and collect money from the politicians who are paying hired courtists, young people that they give guns to, who are courtists. So when police arrest politicians' courtists, then they don't want the courtists to go to jail. You that they raided wondering, because They pick you up on the side of the road. If you fail to pay them the ransom, the extortion they ask for, they will now replace you with that armed robber or replace you with that cultist. You will now be the one they will say you are the cultist because somebody will pay higher money to the police. This is the system. Nigeria police will sit you down. You have done nothing because they want to extort you. Nigerian police would start telling you what to write as your statement. They picked you up on the road. You show them your ID. Nigeria police will force you, beat you, and take you to their station, right? Their police station, right? And then they will start telling you to write. You are an armed robber. Your fellow members escaped. You are a Yahoo boy. We caught you with so and so. Nigerian police, they will scare you to death while criminals continue to have a field day. That is the system they run in Nigeria. Then go to the immigration. The Nigerian immigration is not like the immigration of the rest of the world. Majority of them, they are there in that corrupt system. A system that makes begging look so beautiful, as irritating as it actually looks in real time. And when they are not begging, they are looking away for terrorists to fly in and fly out of Nigeria. It is the moment that these people, a corrupt system from the top, from the high up, where they believe that, listen, Hamas terrorists, Boko Haram terrorists, this and that, clear them. Order from above. A country where the immigration, who are supposed to protect the territorial integrity of the country, are issuing visas to terrorists because of the order from above. Islamic terrorists, murderers are found happen in Nigeria simply because you are running and operating a system that is so corrupt that you must be very careful how you apply the law. One law for the South, the other one for the North. Do you understand that? So that is the immigration. Talking about the customs. Nigeria, the notorious Nigerian customs, the ones that will leave the borders and they will walk into the people's residential area and they will start shooting and killing people because of bag of rice that is suspected to have been imported illegally. Meanwhile, their bosses, senior custom officials, bribe takers, they have allowed so many illegal things into Nigeria because even themselves, they are not just those who are collaborating with smugglers. They are smugglers themselves. Imagine people, we imagine custom officer, a senior custom official that is clearing guns. He or she doesn't have to care about what is inside the container. If you pay the right price, you can bring anything into Nigeria. That is what Visayo Shoyombo said when he was with Mope Ogun on Channels Television's Ad Talk. Yes, last night. I want you to listen to this, and I'll take you back again to something.
Customs Service and the accounts of some senior officials in Nigerian Customs Service. So does it give you any hope that something is being done and that there is, help on the horizon to try to sanitize whatever is going on within the Nigeria Customs Service?
It doesn't give me any hope, and I'll tell you why. Now, I'm not quite sure of the connections of the northern expose by Premium Times to the powers that be. I don't know that connection. It's true, So Premium Times got the documents, the contact from the EFCC in the north. I got the legwork in the southwest. So the things I wrote in the exclusive, about, getting IBD Dende getting money from other smugglers, remitting them to the customs hierarchy in Abuja. It's the same template now that Premium Times uncovered in the north, because all the guys that were found with cash, it's proceeds of smuggling. Now, but the reason it still doesn't give me any hope is that the president of the country knows this guy, and nothing has been done. The IGP knows him. The CGC, Comptroller General of Customs, knows him. These are three people in their own rights, each of them acting independent of the other, has the power to stop the mess in the Southwest. And it hasn't been done. Until that happens, let's invite EFCC to look into smuggling, into customs in the Southwest, investigate the major customs officials in that region, link their accounts to the headquarters, and let's see what they will produce. Any effort that has not led to the wiping off of the perpetrators of smuggling in its dangerous economic and security form.
Customs service and the
A dangerous security and economic situation you are in. IBD Dende. I know they are telling you that they are working hard, they are kinikon and the rest of that. Now this guy beat up custom officials in Ogun State for daring to confiscate his contraband smuggling truck. Okay? And he practically told the guy that maybe your bosses are also they are also into smuggling. Are your bosses not smugglers too? Have you ever arrested your bosses? Have you arrested all of their own trucks? So you came here to arrest mine. See what they do to, see what this guy on the right to Pablo at the IBD Dende. See what this guy do to Nigerian custom official. The guy is they said the guy is a deputy superintendent of custom. I've been if there's anything like that, Sha. They shall say the guy is like a deputy in that axis. The guy come they ask, Kinemoshe, what did I do? He said he will kill me. That was last night, oh. The continuation.
What have I done? What have I done? What have I done? He's threatening to kill me. Why? Seriously.
And the guy be that. He knows the press idiots. He knows the police IG. He knows the state governor, dubious Dapo. He knows the CCG, the custom controller, CGC, Controller General of Custom. All of them don't see this. It's something they will do. My friends on TikTok, I'm sorry you can't see this picture. Take a look at this one. This one, today said, you know him now? Dubious Dapo, Adenoi, the guy was supposed to stay prison, is the governor in Ogun State today. And Nigeria has become so along about. Like a lot of you don't even understand what this means. To the point that criminals, they have those that actually stand up and defend them and tell you, you this my ego. Everybody, you criticize everybody. So are you better than them? Are you a saint? Baba, listen. If I say I want to be your governor, the number one job you have to do is to know who is this guy. Not what I tell you. It is what you find out about me. But majority of you are olórí burúkú wèrè. Akóṣìbérò. Ọlọ́pọlọ rírùn, ọlọ́pọlọ dúdú. Listen to me, that's your number one job. If you now know that I be thief, number one, you no suppose use power to rehabilitate me. You cannot use power, governance, to rehabilitate criminals and say, he's a cheerful giver. He's a generous person. You, Mayegun, who you help? How many people? See, you, Mayegun, that has been talking. How many people have you helped in your life? Papa, I don't owe you anything. I don't owe you anything. You know that, Sha. So this is what they ask me. What I do for you? What who I help? Is that your business? Am I your governor? I don't owe you anything, Baba. Show shireni. You know, if you leave people where they use your life gamble, they use your life play kalo. When they ask me stupid question, who you help? Leave these people alone, Mayegun. You leave them alone. How many people you serve you don't help? Baba, I don't owe you any help. One shake with any. Go do your Bambi Allah elsewhere. There are some people that by law they owe you a lot. Now them be those criminals. You they use political office. You they use power to rehabilitate criminals. This one no credit card fraudster in America dubious Dapo of Ogun State. Credit card fraudster. The guy gets mug shots. He go prison. As he enter Nigeria, he continued his criminality. He got involved in oil subsidy money where they steal. People where they talk say they get oil to sell, collect money, subsidy money from Jonathan, carry the oil, disappear. They know they see them again. This guy took hundreds of millions of dollars from Jonathan for subsidy. He was part of those they wanted to send to jail. Before, if to say, well, I'm not sure, Sha. If to say Jonathan managed to be man and stand by and prevented this Bokwari from, concede. He just say, no, not the craze, this guy, where they your screen, dubious dark or no go be governor per se, is supposed to be prisoner somewhere. So you have people, you have criminals who have career in criminality. They can't say they won't go change your life. You believe them. You can't say they go change. So you tell me, say, you are not mad. So now you have elected criminals, mad lunatics, who have destroyed Nigeria now. We are holding their legs to fire. They ask me stupid questions, say, every time, criticize them every time. Why can't you just give them advice? Man, they give criminals where you give power advice. Ordinary. You are there championing on his man debt, on his pampas, on his diapers. The whole thing, they burn everybody left, right, and center. You can't turn around because they ask me, who you help? At least, you should use your platform to help people. I should use my platform to begin to do Bambi Allah for you. Do you know that these ones actually owe you? They owe you. Every one of them. That they are not giving you exactly what you deserve is enough for you to go after them because they are living off you. They are living off you. And if you don't see it that way, you see me, where can they see everywhere where I turn, left, right, and center, now criminals are they see. You they see excellency, honorable, senator, distinguished. If you have that mentality, if you are one of those, especially those of you will love to be politically correct. You see, nobody knows it all. Let us just kind of, what can we do? I've told you, what we need to do is for you to begin to tell yourself that, you see this Nigeria you see now, until you agree that you will see it no more. You must see it no more. Your problem no they go anywhere. Because you see that unity where they tell you, no be the unity of Nigeria. Or you and me, we don't get anything in common. We know they share anything in common. We know they deceive ourselves, Baba. A lot of you cannot wait to kill yourselves. Yes. You can carry gun, give this one, carry gun, give that one, carry. Oh, yeah, everybody. Oh, yeah, go and play. Una go kill yourself any chance where you see. No be so? All because you have been raised to believe that one is more supreme than the other. The one is superior than the other. Some is inferior. Some are minority. Some are majority. Some are religious. Some are infidel. And all that nonsense they have used to divide you. But guess what? The criminals are united up there. Now for your back, then they eat. And that's what this priest said, which I am going to replay for you. You want to listen? Here.
Refuse to be told that this is Nigeria, meaning this is a place where nothing works. We should refuse to agree that this is a country where certificates are forged and it is okay. We should refuse to accept a situation where elections are rigged and you are told to go to court. These things have consequence. These things have consequence. Jesus says, you shall know the truth, and the truth will make you free. Accept that they have a heavy trust deficit. And nothing wrong with admitting that things when it didn't go so well. When I hear Professor Mahmoud on television, even yesterday, telling us that everything went perfectly well in January, I shed tears. He knows he was not telling the truth. If we don't tell the truth, we will not move forward. I'm a religious person and I keep praying to God to forgive us and to show us the truth. Because we can, if we tell the truth, things will move fast. Nigerians are wonderful. And I still hope that things will move fast. Whatever judges may decide, whatever courts may say, at the end of the day, the truth will make us refuse to be told that this is Nigeria, meaning this is a place where nothing works. We should refuse to agree that this is a country where certificates are forged and it is okay. We should refuse to accept a situation where elections are rigged and you are told to go to court.
Until you begin to refuse that. Until you begin to refuse and disobey the people that are lawbreakers. Somebody will be drug dealer. All the evidence everywhere. The people of the supposed patriotic people, elder statesmen in Nigeria, they all joined so much that Tinubu got covers from them. All because of tribe, or because of religion, or because of ethnic. Now, this is the consequences. These are the consequences. Here you get. So, Kadoso, Kadiobi, Abi Kadobi, I kind of had a name for him, but I'll remember later. Kadiobi, who has been a stellar failure in your in Tinubu's economic abracadabra, or you can call it economic voodooism, or voodooism, the economy where they have always been, trial and error, your lives. You know what really breaks out is that if you see a lot of people who believes, I have something that wants me to prove that I am not a robot, because I am not. Thank you. So
They came up with the idea. A lot of you are aware of this anyway, okay? But they said that Nigerian Naira, which they are still printing, hey, God of heaven, do you know that Tinubu is printing Naira now? They have been printing the Naira since July 2023. From what we have heard, this Tinubu and then Kadiobi, the Oduduwa Emefiole, they have printed their own trillions and trillions. So it's like printing money through the printing, what do you call it? Your printer in your bedroom. And then looking for anybody who have dollar to sell. And you can give them that trashy paper. So when they told people and said, now set up. Now set up. These are the criminals who have been telling you a lot since, okay? They said, this Nigerian Naira that has been crashing. Now set up. They set Tinubu up. What? Yeah, they set them up. We have just discovered our intelligent researchers, our investigators, they've discovered why Naira is falling. Can you tell us then? Please do something. And they said they set Tinubu up with Binance. We did not know on time. Now we know. Binance in 2023 alone, they traded $26 billion. This is your central bank governor saying that too. And the $26 billion was why Nigeria Naira crashed. So to save the Naira, we must find means of kidnapping the Binance owners. How can we do that? So at the end of the day, they ban the Binance in Nigeria. And the Binance also was like, you know what? We will take out your Naira from this platform and you will never have to worry about your Naira again. You can keep your Naira, okay? And everybody can keep their own dollars and they can trade wherever they want to. If they don't want to trade in Nigeria, that's fine. That's all right. Baba, Nigeria Naira. I was expecting that in 2 days' time, Nigeria Naira will just regain the strength because finally, the Naira they couldn't rescue from the Bureau de Change. They coordinated a national operation to rescue Naira from the Bureau de Change, the BDCs in Nigeria. 3 days operation. They got $46,000 in the entire Nigeria from the BDCs. How they could take do it now? $46,000. And Binance had 26 billion. Which kind of business with this? Why can't we just go for Binance and say, okay, Binance, we from Nigeria Naira, we need $10 billion. You are fined. It's like somebody saying you are under arrest. I say, hey, you are under arrest. And you're like, oh, for what? And then the officer looked like, okay, I don't know yet. I'm just here to decide, but I just think you are under arrest. Officer, are you sure? Yes, don't argue. Don't argue with officer. Okay, yeah. That's exactly what the Nigerian criminal government have done. So now, Binance were like, no, they didn't say that to us. No. They didn't even like tell us that they are charging us for anything. There's no charges, there's no ban, there's no fine, there's nothing. And because they've raised this concern, we have decided to take Naira out of the platform. The people they are holding in Abuja, they are hostages. Nigeria take kidnap Binance into the Naira to the kidney. Do you not know that wala today? You are watching me from Nigeria, Abi? Oh. Problem. Wow. And if I have to be honest with you, I don't think word of mouth can describe
what you are about to experience in Nigeria. So they were going everywhere. Yes, there's no country. There's no country that will allow any country. You would think they actually meant what they were saying or understood what they were saying. Some idiots were making videos about, yes, government must try and do all this weird. So I want miseducated generation. Indomie generation that can no longer afford Indomie. You're going to see, if you are from this Indomie generation, if you are like a 22, 25 years old, you are Indomie generation. Let me tell you that, okay? I don't know what you call the ones after you now. If they born you in 1999, 2000, you are Indomie generation. If the whole thing, if you think you are still young, that young, some of you don't born today. Now, have you seen that your generation where Indomie became a thing? You were them born from that generation, whether they pack Indomie noodles, Indomie spicy, Indomie chicken as your break when they as a toddler where they go jealous in nursery. A lot of you cannot afford to buy that same pack of noodles and pack it for your children anymore. Indomie generation totally afford to Indomie. You are wasting your lives defending these rogues, making videos and thinking you understand what they are saying. They are mortgaging your lives. 8 years. Before you know it, OTD grandpa, OTD grandma, at the age of 42, your son don't they born. Their own son their own daughter don't get pregnant at the age of 14. Everybody have to survive. You are approaching the world. You are approaching the future that you might actually be selling your children. That's how bad it's going to get. And that's exactly how these guys are going to turn around and blame you. What do you want government to do for you? Everything, government. Say now, government say make you go bond, make you not be able to afford. Meanwhile, when you are having those children, you had your job, you had your businesses, your wife was fine, everything was okay, your health was fine. Nigeria happened to you, all of that gone. Now, things that makes you happy, there are things that breaks your heart now. You look at your children, you can't feed them, you are in tears. You used to look at them full of joy, hope, expectation, and all that. Nigeria happened to you, happened to your business, happened to your job. Then the system that did all of that to you, that took everything from you, that same criminals, that same system, they turned around and said, why do you want government to do everything for you? Is it government that sent you to go and burn me? And you are sitting there like, it's true. I don't say you are not the one that said I should go and burn. No, I used to be able to feed my children, but now, say, come on, you are so lazy. Very lazy person. Look at him. You have to everybody. You can walk. Even if now ordinary alabaru, why don't you go and be helping people to carry load? Then you look at your life and you're like, God damn it. Nigeria don't happen to me. That's how the society works. They take everything from you. Through these bogus nonsense policies and all that. So you can turn around and be like, hey, what are you even saying? Somebody's asking me, what are you even saying, Seth? I'm weary. You need interpreter. Mohammed is I understand now. Weary, who help you type what are you saying, Seth? Somebody's on TikTok, okay? And they are like typing, what are you saying, Seth? And the name is Muhammad Salafisu. Muhammad, who help you type that thing? You can't understand what I am saying. It's not possible. I'm sorry, it's not really possible for you to understand what I am saying. It's going to sound like, what are you even saying, Seth? Salafisu, you will wait till when I started doing subtitle so that you begin to read them. Then we are also planning to do some Hausa subtitle, Igbo subtitle, and all of that. So if this is too much for you, right? Don't worry. You are still going to see some of the videos interpreted in, subtitled in Hausa or Fulani or whatever for you. Because I'm saying something and one idiot feels like, what are you saying, Seth? Like, I don't understand. What is he saying, Seth?
Is that what it is? Do you feel like that? Like, what are you saying, Sef, Mayegun? Like, you'd be like, what am I even saying? You are lost, Abi, confused, or intentionally stupid, Abi. We know those of you who are like who have a selective amnesia. You will intentionally look like you are dumb and stupid. You will ask stupid questions. It's all kind of intentional, but there are those who are like genetically, they are there and all of that. It's a mixture of a lot anyway. So yes, Kadoso Kadibi, the guys who are playing gamble with your lives, you are young, you are defending the criminals who have been criminals all their lives. They are playing with your lives right there in your front. You are making up defense for them so that at least you will pretend that you understand them. Today, indomie generation, they no fit afford indomie. Let that one sink. That's how terrible Nigeria has become. They are blaming everybody. So now that Binance is no longer used in Nigeria and you can no longer access it, I beg you. Why is Nigeria Naira and dollar? Can't they take another? They don't dance another Buga. It's like dollar is dancing Buga. I want to Naira again. I was expecting that since we have discovered the reasons why Nigeria Naira continue to crash, shouldn't the Nigeria Naira by now be exchanged? Or shouldn't the dollar be exchanged for maybe 600 Naira now? What happened to the Buharinomics? What happened to the Kadobi? Oduduwa Emefiole. What happened to those policies? It worried this guy. I played this video earlier today. I want to play it again, okay? These are people who feels like what they are doing is going to end up in tears. And people are going to end up more in poverty. Things are going to continue to rise and increase and increase. Baba, I don't say make you abuse me or listen to me very well. If you are the type we just kind of you are incurable, like nobody can help you. I understand. But my advice for you today is that in everything you do, I beg, I take God beg you. Don't try and fall sick. Eat well, eat healthy. You get me now? I know say food is a big thing in Nigeria now. When you have to eat, Baba, eat well. No matter how much you probably don't like me, I still don't wish you what Nigeria is about to do to you. It doesn't matter whether you are a Buhari Dioti, a Bati Dioti, a Sai Barbarian, or a Bat Stardy. It doesn't really matter whether you like them or you don't like them. What is coming? My advice for you is that whenever you have a chance of eating, eat something healthy, okay? Stay away from things that will put your health in jeopardy. Tobani malaria lason, can you pay 90,000 naira for malaria tablets? Mosquito, they fly around you. Olonsun, you they snore. You could but wait. Somebody has something to say. Somebody said that in case if you are one of those who are dreaming that they are doing something, this guy, I played this video this afternoon. I want to add it to this major prime time. Please listen.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nemeka Aberi. I just saw the news flash on the decision of the MPC, the Central Bank MPC, and it's shocking at the steps they've taken with the monetary policy rate and the cash reserve rate. MPR at 22.5% and cash reserve ratio at 45% will not achieve the medium to long-term plan that these guys desire. Let me tell us what will happen for the benefit of those who may not be so vast on financial matters. Monetary policy rate is the rate, discounted rate of the CB, in fact, of the banker to banker, the Central Bank of Nigeria. It's actually the base rate. What it simply means at MPR, that is the base rate of the Central Bank of Nigeria at 22.5%. That simply means any bank will now build upon that. in their lending decisions to customers. And that simply means if you already have a loan with a bank that is going at 30% or 25%, the bank will have to adjust the rate by about 600 basis points to accommodate the 400 basis point jack up by the Central Bank of Nigeria. This is not good for productivity. This is not good for manufacturing. This is not good for honest entrepreneurship in the economy. This is going to send shock waves to honest enterprises and entrepreneurs. Now, cash reserve requirement at 45%. They want to, take out liquidity from the economy as much as possible. You see, there is something these guys don't understand. You see, these policies that they put in place will have worked. It's a neoliberal classical economic theory that will have worked in economies where 95 to 98% of economic activities are captured in the formal sector, and where it is believed that demand and the supply of the dollar or any commodity is determined by the force of demand and supply, honest transactions. Nigeria does not meet some of the assumptions that drive some of these economic theories that they are putting in place by the Central Bank of Nigeria. And I will explain this. Basically what they've done is to put the rate at the level that foreign portfolio investors that will inflow in dollars to buy those the CBN treasury bills, or to buy CBN bonds and all the rest of them, or listed securities or whatever. Now let me tell you what will happen. Basically what they've done, they are not going to attract any foreign direct investor. Basically, the hot monies will flow into this economy. There are people in Japan, in other places, that can take money from banks in their country at even less than 1% or 1%. All they will need to do is bring in the dollar, do a swap with the Central Bank of Nigeria in such a way they will tell the Central Bank, hey, I'm bringing my dollar today at this rate. In the next 3 months, I'm going to take back, or 6 months, I'm going to take back my dollar at social rate, a band, and then they will pay premium for it. And the CBN takes their dollar, give them Naira, they buy the bonds or they buy the T-bills. 6 months, they exit. Now, while they are here within that 6 months, CBN can use their dollar to play in the market, to intervene like they just did by giving monies to BDCs. This is just like giving Panadol for somebody that has headache. The headache is just the symptom. The person is suffering from a dangerous cancerous growth that is destroying him. Rather than take away the cancerous growth, perform surgical operations to remove the tumor, you're busy giving him Panadol to douse the symptoms of the headache, which is the headache, which is the symptom. I don't understand what these guys are up to. What they have done in one fell swoop is to totally destroy. They just want to see. The truth is, Yemi Cardoso's instruments will not work. Basically, what will happen? There will be so much, maybe 1 to 2 billion, $1 billion or $2 billion dollar inflow by foreign portfolio investors. And now we use it to shore up the dollar to Naira, and maybe there may be stability around the 1,500 Naira to $1 band over the next 1 week, and people will clap. Then afterwards, when the things mature, when the people take back their dollar, what we need to do is to boost the supply side of the dollar. 90% of this problem are from the physical side. There is something Yemi Cardoso and those at the Central Bank of Nigeria are not seeing. Is either they are seeing it and they pussyfooting about it, or playing, see nothing, say nothing, hear nothing, or they are just trying to deceive themselves and deceive the rest of Nigerians. And this is the truth. In Nigeria today, between the 3 tiers of government and the 3 arms of government, we have budget expenditure appropriation of over 45 trillion naira between the federal government and the state government and local government that will be expended over this fiscal year 2024. Federal government of Nigeria has appropriated expenditure, budgeted expenditure of about 28.7 trillion. The states have their own, and the truth is, half of this money, or even more than half of these monies, are going to be looted. And when they loot this money, they will use this looted money to pursue the dollar. We have not taken urgent step to address the corruption demand for the dollar, which is at the root of our problem. I have given instances and empirical examples of why we are where we are today. See, go and check the records. As recent as 2022, our total import bill was $60 billion. And if you look at the makeup of those import bills, you will see $24 billion was expended to import mineral oil, synthetic and refined petroleum products. 2.3 billion was used to import plastics. 800 million was used to import fish and the aquatic products. $450 million was used to import dairy products. Even palm oil, we imported palm oil, 600,000 metric tons. Most of the things we imported are things we will have produced here if we have physical governance, security measures, and the transparent things in place by the physical side. We have given them proposals. We have given them strategic work plan on how we can ramp up crude oil output, on how we can tie allocation of marginal fuels to people producing evidences of guarantees from first-class European banks, and then showing forth that they are going to be using the crude oil that will come from the marginal fuel.
Give him time. Mazi, Mr. Mike, please give him time. Let's give them time, more time. They need time to put things in place. Abinobi so? Let's give them time. Shebi Dangote is about to begin to import fuel from Texas. Give them time. By the time Dangote refinery, that is also going to be buying crude oil from abroad, Dangote refinery, that is going to be buying petrol from Texas, Baba mi o ri country to Baba iri láyé mi. I have never seen a country and people that have been so defrauded openly in this kind of way like I have seen Nigeria. I have never seen anything like that. See, there are corrupt countries all over the world, though. This UK, there are corrupt people here. America have their own corrupt people. Despite all of the fact that you say they are the most corrupt, or these ones are the most corrupt, I have never seen where the public sector, the private sector, the politicians, they colluded and defrauded millions of people every day. Different story. And people are just there like, we don't tire Jare, make them bring this thing, kia. Kill them bring it kia out there. There's no kia, because surely the only thing that will come kia is your shege. Kia God, you will call it kia God. Kia shege, that is what is coming. Because now we are hearing, the 2 million barrel of crude oil, they were uploading video, including the fire that was coming out of a pipe. You remember that thing? Distillation the other time. Sorry, I didn't cram it. One true emperor said that a majority of us waiting say we know book. Now cram it with cram. Cram and pour. That's what he called it. He said it's cram and pour. Cram and pour. What do you call that thing? Where fire they come out of a pipe like that. The video we saw the other day where that was what educated people were on social media saying, God has shamed you. Shame. Mayegun, shame. You this Mayegun. Why are you not happy for Nigeria? Why is it that you don't say anything good about Nigeria? Baba kini fault me. I saw lie. I saw fraud. I asked questions. I didn't get answers. I made conclusion and I was right. How is that my fault? How did that make me a bad person? Who doesn't want Nigeria well? Who doesn't wish you well? The criminals who have mortgaged your life don't wish you well. I am your friend. I am supposed to be your best friend. But somehow, the system that conditioned you to think the way you think right now continue to make you think I am a threat. I am somebody who wants to put you in trouble. Meanwhile, you're already in danger. In danger. That's where you are. These criminals are people that will never repent. You cannot use power. You cannot use political office.
to rehabilitate criminals. That is pretty much like rewarding criminals. That is what Nigeria does. That is what you have been enabling. You should stop that. The day you stop enabling, rewarding criminals with political office or power, influence or wealth, the moment you stop glorifying them, supporting them, defending them, that will be the moment of your own liberation and freedom, possibly. Some said it is the revolution of the mind. Maybe that will be the beginning of your own revolutionized mind. You must detach. I came here, I said, I didn't know everything, no. But you cannot lie to me about what I know. I will ask questions. Say if they turn that thing on and the fire they come out, say that means say they are refining. People said, no, my ego. It's like blowing steam. Here you get, it's like when power they freak you like that, and you're like, I'm looking for somebody to punch. I'm looking for somebody to beat. And they say, Mayogun, calm down. Go outside and blow steam. Go outside. Go and blow steam. Go and blow steam so you can calm down. Then you go outside, you're like, oh. That's exactly what Dangote did with his own generator plant called the refinery in Lagos. Generator plant. They will turn on the light. They say, oh, see how beautiful at night. See Dangote refinery at night. It looked like day. Shana, because of light and photo and then all those things. Is that the reason why Dangote collected $10 billion? And yet he can't give you one single drop of a petroleum product. And he's not even promising you any yet. Now they gave him a license to bring petrol to Nigeria. How could you give an importation license to somebody that you gave billions of Nigerians money to so that you will stop importation of the same fuel and stop paying subsidy? How then do you turn around and give the person the license to import fuel? Which kind of fraud be this? Which kind of country be this? And you see educated people everywhere that they explain them to us. Mayegun, you don't understand. Mayegun, let me explain to you. You don't understand. You see, in Abulori Brukunieni, talon ba wipe you no understand. Who they talk say you no understand? So you want to explain to me now that I don't understand that somebody who collected money to build a refinery, and the refinery has been said to go, is going to start working. It's going to start working since December 2022. 2022, 2023, 2024. Only me will understand about shekpe fun eni. So shekpe fun eni. What do I need to understand? Can money let you understand? I see fraud. I'm talking about it. I don't. So explain to me that the refinery they expected to be, the petroleum that they expected to be loading from Dangote refinery in Lagos is now going to be coming from Texas. Texas City Boni, she refinery in low VPN ni. Abi? I don't even know. Things are just not so straightforward. They don't really seem to be what they are not like. They don't look like what they seem or whatever. I don't know. They don't seem like what they look like anymore. Abi Dangote refinery is using VPN ni. Are they trying to? Are we living in what's it they call that thing again? Are we living in another universe where we are made to believe that the refinery is in Lagos? Meanwhile, the refinery is in Texas. Abi, she Texas ni. And somebody is going to come around and come and explain to me the reason why Dangote is going to be selling his own petroleum product that is going to import from Texas in America. He's going to be selling it in dollars to marketers in Nigeria. Na dollars Nigeria they spend. But they say, it's not like that. Every day, lie. Every day, one lie, two lies, three lies. When you try to hold them on one, they begin to attack you and say, why are you asking all these questions? Don't you want Nigeria to be great, Tini? Papa, you cannot build a country on a lie. No, you can't. I mean, you can rig election. You can use propaganda to to rig an election and get into office. You cannot run a country on propaganda. Somebody said it is through the Bluetooth. Your mom, like a VPN, you know. And that one you go Ekiti. But the people where you they talk to, they go to say na Singapore you day. Like a VPN in here now. Why everybody educated people? Let me explain to you, Mayegun. I understand what you are saying that. Baba, no wine meal. I beg you, no wine meal. You don't understand. You are trying to gaslight me. You are trying to brainwash me. You are trying to deceive me. You are trying to lie to my face with confidence. I know what this guy said before now. Now we know what they are saying. We know what they are doing. What does this tell you? Where do you think this is headed? Who do you think is going to pay for this? How do you think people are going to end up in this? Where is that hope and succor that they kind of love to use all the time? Is that going to be, it's coming? Let this guy finishing home. Now they come. The other
evidence and capacity they can do modular refineries. Of course, they will have to dredge the waterways all the way from the Escravos through Ogara, through Cocoa, through Warri, all the way to the Niger, so that people can actually set up modular refineries by the banks and use barges to move their crude. When we can refine everything we consume here, even the plastic that we spend $2.3 billion to import can actually be produced here. Industry is massively producing plastic. One of the raw materials, major raw materials for plastic production is crude oil. Derivatives, crude oil byproducts. What is so difficult for these guys to comprehend? We are chasing the symptoms rather than tackling the root cause of the matter. The root cause of the matter is the criminal demand for the dollar. Even if you mop up all the liquidity in the system, even if you staff investors or honest traders or honest entrepreneurs access to Naira, can you deny the governors and the local government chairmen and the leadership of the 1,300 MGAs access to Naira in their accounts? How do you stop them from using the Naira to buy up the dollar that you are giving to the BDCs and the dollars in the banking system? We all know the truth that these governors cannot loot. These local government chairmen cannot loot. These ministers cannot loot if they do not have assistance from the cowboys in the banking industry. What we should be thinking about today is what urgent Marshall plans do we put in place to devolve and restructure the security architecture of Nigeria in such a very measured and tactical ways that we can ensure protection of life and properties in across every inch of Nigeria over the next 3 to 6 months. These are the kind of things we should be talking about. How do we stop the corruption demand of the dollar? How do we put in place measures to stifle the public sector officials from taking Naira from Jack and FAC and IGR to buy dollar? The demand for the dollar, legitimate demand for the dollar for transactional purposes, would not have caused the Naira to depreciate from 199 to 1650 over a period of 9 years. Go and check. Over the last 9 years, our total import bills, including monies expended on education and health, was about $451 billion. Our total exports, including monies inherited by Buhari and foreign reserve, including borrowings, new borrowings of $2 billion, including diaspora remittances through the former window of $168 billion, not even counting the informal inflows that came by way of dollar, cash, euro, and pound sterling. If we put all these things together, we will have had excess of at least $200 to $250 billion in our system that will have allowed this economy to be stable. That will not have even allowed the Naira to go beyond 199 under Jonathan before he left. But basically, most of the dollar that leaks out of the system leaked because of the criminal demand from it. They transferred monies out that did not pass through the CBN window. They buy dollar, they put in their account, they wire them out to buy properties in Dubai, in Maryland, buy yachts, buy luxury things. Come on, we know what is happening here, for crying out loud. If these guys are serious, without chasing shadows, what they should have been doing it now is to send an executive bill to the National Assembly to ban use of dollar cash in Nigeria. Make it compulsory that nobody should use more than $1,000 cash in any transaction, even $500 cash. Anybody who uses any dollar cash or seen with any dollar cash that is more than 500 to 1,000 should be arrested and prosecuted 2 years imprisonment without option of fine. Allow the policemen, if they see any dollar with anybody with any dollar more than 1,000, confiscate it, prosecute the person. Then there can be no dollar outflow out of this economy that is not done through the Form A and Form M windows, documentary letter of credit. So that even if you legitimately make your money, you want to buy a house in Maryland, you can show the evidence, fill your Form A or Form M, transfer your money. But we know that the criminal looters of this country who have no honest enterprise cannot legitimately use such documentary routes to move their monies out. So basically what these guys should be doing is to see how they can stifle the criminal and speculative demand for the dollar. But of course, they won't do it. We know they are chasing shadows. They won't do it because they are already planning for 2027. If they don't mop up the dollar cash and the dollar funds, how would they be able to bribe delegates and bribe electoral officials to help the legal election? If they put in place these measures we are suggesting to them to do, which is the honest measures, how would they be able to pay bribes? We are in a very serious trouble in this country. NPR at 22.5%, CRR at 45%. This guy practically wants to stifle honest economic activities in the system. But he knows of a truth that the 45 trillion budget expenditure by the governors, the MDAs, the presidency, that 60% of those funds will be looted. It has become a systemic thing in Nigeria. What kind of country is this? Who is advising these guys? What kind of nation is this? They know the honest thing to do. They will not do it. If we have been spending $24 billion on white petroleum products or mineral oil, any honest government will be putting in place measures to ensure that we quickly ramp up refining within Nigeria to stop that outflow. If we have been spending almost $800 million importing palm oil, any serious government will put in place integrated and structured arrangements between the federal government, state government, and local government to develop 300,000 hectares of Naira palm plantation, set up cottage factories. Most of the fabricated equipment can be fabricated here in Nigeria to ensure that we cover the supply gap, domestic supply gap. If we have been importing 2-3 million tons of rice, rice is something that can be cultivated and grown and harvested in 6 months. Any serious government will put in place martial emergency measures and integrated arrangement between the state, federal, and local government areas to cultivate 1 million hectares of rice within this window and provide security in those clusters in such a way that we can be able to produce and ramp up 12 million tons of rice in Nigeria and half the price within the next 9 months. These are the kind of things right-thinking people should put in place. But unfortunately, what we have today, they know the truth. See, let nobody be deceived. These guys are in no hurry to fix this land. They just grab power for the sake of grabbing power to continue looting for where Buhari stopped. May God have mercy upon Nigeria. Gosh!
I don't want to sit here and reveal all my strategy. I am the first speaker among the three of us running. So they will spy on me. So you will have a limited answer here today. Another day you can bring me back.
That transmission line is a super highway. For generated electricity and power. They could not even make a down payment for a roasted corn. If we lend ourselves to innovation, we can create wonders. Here is a successful again, a town hall, different
from Blue Bulaba.
See the two. The second one is the presidiot, the relic, the brain dead con man, kleptomaniac. Relic Koolu, Tinubu, the Jaga banditi, the Jaga addicti, the Jaga, somebody said the Jaga pupu, Aṣíwájú àwọn olè, Aṣíwájú àwọn agbèrò, Aṣíwájú àwọn apààyàn. Because you know, economy saboteurs and all their murderers everywhere. You have no idea. Maker, sir, I saw the passion. You believe they do know. And this destruction of Nigeria is intentional. These guys are not stupid. They do know what they are doing indeed. And to those who might think Nigeria is not working, of course it's not working for you. It is working for the rogues who put this together. So when Unameka was talking about Nigeria investing in modular refineries, this refinery, that refinery, and blah, 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 so as to ensure that the importation of fuel and the money spent on subsidy will no longer be spent if you can actually begin to produce locally, which is the right thing, right? When I was watching that, I said, but that was what Dangote was supposed to be now. Maybe Dangote was supposed to be the one that will kind of help the local refineries. What happened to the modular refineries that Bokwari was opening everywhere? Go and search online. You will see Bokwari launch 1,000 modular refinery. Modular refineries are the small scale refineries that are producing refining small amount of product and pushing them into the market. Baba, where are those modular refineries? Where is Dangote refinery? That would have prevented Nigeria from importing fuel and paying subsidy. As far back as year 2020, Nigeria gave him over 10 billion. Emefiole came back and told us that Dangote has paid 70% of that money. He didn't pay a dime back. Now, every day now, they can't go put that same Dangote inside the Tinubu's economic team. The joke is on them. The joke is on you, if you believe them. That Dangote could come help you discuss how Nigeria go work. Nigeria economy to be discussed, how to be made better by Nigerian economic saboteurs. Economic saboteurs. That's who they are. Dangote. So the guy said, Nigeria spends so much money importing Baba, palm oil. Hey. Nigeria is importing palm oil. Over 600,000 metric tons of crude oil. Not crude oil, palm oil, cooking oil. Nigeria, where they import cook the goosey from China. I think they don't go for imports now. That's the sign of why your Nigerian Naira will never recover. All this importation, a reasonable government would have invested in those areas to improve the mass production of them locally. And then you kind of cut down the demand and supply, cut down the price by, flooding the market with your homegrown food, right? When you have so much, then you can ship some of them outside your country to go and sell them and make some extra bucks in dollars. But no. No. So when Wole Soyinka, Confessor Wole Soyinka said, Nigeria, if breaking up Nigeria is what will bring us the peace, progress that we all deserve, then so be it. I know he's not a straightforward person. Okay, he's a deceitful old man. All right, but we'll leave the messenger and deal with the message. Abi doesn't mean that it's truthful. I don't even know why I had to quote him, but he said it. He said, okay, yeah. Then Ezi Bida Bayo Onafunnuga. See, Onofun is truth. That's your Onofun. So Bayo Onafunnuga means long throat. So Mr. Longthroat said Tinubu is not in a hurry to restructure Nigeria. No, he's not going to restructure Nigeria because he's already restructuring the structure already to fitting into his own Luto mania. You know, say they go loot you till that time when you are going to be tired or dead. Do you know that? You don't. Oh, more. You better get to know now, okay? They are going to loot you, mortgage your future, steal what they can steal, leave you with nothing until you are tired or you are dead. So, yeah, they are putting all the structures in place. So, Mr. Tinubu is not in a hurry to restructure Nigeria anymore. What do they want even restructure? Are you still one of those who believe that Nigeria should be restructured? Abba. People don't use that thing tire. A lot of people don't cash out from it. Restructuring. A lot of people don't make so much money from shouting restructuring. Some of them don't become governor. They don't even forget they were governor. Some of them are now senators who don't tell you before. Say one of them is now your president, Koolu. He told you about restructuring, he didn't tell you. People when they talk about it, they don't make money from it. You are still there. Say, we need to restructure this country, Mayegu. Stop using that word. Come on. You know they sell anymore. Now, even if it's mentioned restructuring, so they'll say, Abi, they now want to start your own, Abi. Now want to start your own business, Abi. Restructuring, refracturing. Break it up and save lives. The only that some of us can actually be involved in is the renegotiation of this fraud. That's the only that we can restructuring what? To what? By who? By who? The criminals who are united doing all of this to us, Abi. You think they will now restructure Nigeria to what? It's always going to be in their own taste. So Tinubu is already restructuring Nigeria, the system, replacing everyone with his own guys so that everybody, all the old lands, all bulk will actually end up on a stable. Do you understand that? Don't ever lie here. Don't ever tell me about restructuring, okay? I'm not your customer. All right. So what we should all be interested in right now is that if they call for anything at all, it's not even national conference or national confab. Call it national renegotiation. More would they clear before we get involved in anything. And let me tell you something, guys. To those of you who are very fond of talking about referendum, you know referendum is election. Here you know. Now, these criminals that you are seeing, that are enjoying Nigeria, they are going to spend money like the way they do their election in Nigeria. They're going to pay people to say they don't want to leave Nigeria. I hope you know that. I'm just saying, so that time, go come turn to terrorists and say you go keep person because they no agree to Biafra or they no agree to Yoruba nation. Anytime you mention referendum, it is called choice to choose. So I hope some of you are aware so that you don't become what you are condemning. You don't become what you hate to or you claim to hate to. Every time you mention referendum, you are talking about election. Election of yes or no. These criminals who have made so much money from this rotten system, those stolen money, now that they actually have enough dollars. If they say, okay, we start the negotiation and we say, we know they do again. We want to go our separate ways. You will see people that are going to burn your family house. They will say, you are enemy of Nigeria. These criminals will pay them. Not only to attack you, to kill you. So I say, make I tell you, all of you now who are old enough, you are old enough to know what it is like when they do election in Nigeria. May no come they surprise you. Say your brother, your sister, we're supposed to know the value of having your own independence away from this contraption. Go come put up weights, wear gloves, put on all of this and begin to face you and fight you. Say suddenly they love Nigeria. Nigeria don't say they will do better. Nigeria don't promise them, say if they stay, if they make sure, say you don't go, they will make life better for them. Now suddenly they are believing Nigeria. I hope you are getting ready. You will see Yorubas that will do everything. People like this, Tinubu and Co. They will pay people.
They will buy guns for them. They will chase you here and there. They will carry ballot paper. I'm just saying you should know. Every time, be careful of what you are asking for. So me, I am describing what you are asking for to you now. That time, there will be no Fulani Hausa. There will be no Yoruba. There will be no Igbo. See, may I put on this way, right? If you are from the Arewa, when that day come to decide if you want to still be part of Nigeria or you want to have your own country, there will be no Igbo to blame. There will be no Yoruba to blame. There will be no Christian, nobody to blame. Una go face una self and decide if una want have your own Arewa. Or na Arewa an instant you won't get, or you want to keep the name. Some of you love the name in Arewa, that Nigeria name. Keep am. With Dashuna. Keep it. If you like. In fact, Kuku rename it. Rename it once everybody don't find their level. Change the name to Nigeristan. We will understand. As I be so, man, no lie you. That we be neighbor, will be neighbor. Neighbor. You know me say, I get any business to come and do in a place where they don't tell me say I be infidel. Oh. If they put Afghanistan, Iraq, Iran visa, they can't put $10,000 on top them. Say my egu, come on, Iraq you and Leo. Afghanistan deal if you we are going to share with $10,000. So that moment I will know say Ọlọ́run bá ti fọ̀tá ẹni wọn ni kò lè pani mọ́. Kò lè pani mọ́. Ọlọ́run bá ti fọ̀tá ẹni hàn ni kò lè pani mọ́. Simply loosely translated as if God don't show you your enemy, he not supposed to kill you again. So once they about to ping Gary one like that, once they don't divide everybody like that, where we don't find our levels, right? I don't get any business for Sokoto or Kano. No hard feelings. Do you understand? I won't go to a place where they could kill me simply because I'm an infidel. And like, don't tell me, say, but they don't do it in Kano now. They don't let me curse you. Don't mind shake me for you. We have seen where they have sentenced people to death for blasphemy. We have seen where they have burnt a girl to death because of WhatsApp disagreement. Don't tell me that it's not everywhere in the north. So that is the kind of negotiation we will have, so that we can begin to know those that are Nigerians in Yoruba land. And you must be prepared that there will be Nigerians in Yoruba land that will reject independence Yoruba land in order to remain in Nigeria. So in order for all of now not to be like, Baba, are they angry go? I don't believe any Yoruba man can say they want to support Nigeria. Which kind of thing be this? We're supposed to kill all these people. You can't kill anyone. No, you can't. That's why you have to begin to educate yourselves now. If you understand what it means, you must also understand those that they are going to use to stop you. They won't use Igbo to stop Yoruba nation. They will not use Yoruba to stop Biafra. The people behind, what do you call it? The people behind the killings, in the killings of Biafrans, the people that are totally opposed to Biafra becoming a country, you will be so shocked. They are supposed to be Biafrans themselves. They are political leaders, the Igbos themselves. So if you now feel like, everybody will go kill them, I don't think that would be ideal. The ideal thing is to understand that while they are trying to make you hate Igbo, hate Yoruba, hate Hausa, hate yourself, hate Fulani, hate Christians, hate Muslims, and all of you are dagger up against yourselves, you should all be using that energy to educate yourselves, because the real war, when the shit hit the fan, the real war is not going to be Igbo versus Yoruba, Yoruba versus Hausa, or Fulani versus Igbo. It is going to be brothers versus brothers.
whose greed are going to be put to test in order to keep all of us in this bondage called Nigeria. So if you have any plan at all, there are those you should be mindful of. There are those that are likely going to surprise you and be like, I can't believe any Yoruba person will be against Kiniko. I can't. What do you mean? People will be against anything if they think they won't benefit like what they are being promised elsewhere. Do you understand? And you must be prepared for those people. So any conversation that you want to have in Nigeria today that doesn't include discussing if we want to be part of this union or not, then we can all continue to pretend and wait for when Nigeria is going to be either Papuk. I mean, Papuk and then, or better, it won't. So thank you so much, everyone, for your time. I have spent a long time today on so much, okay? So I want to say thank you, and I will see you some other time. We won't take calls tonight. I know. We won't, but we will take it some other time. But for the fact that you are still here with me, please, take your time before you leave. Like my broadcast. Share my broadcast. Follow me too. If you are watching me on TikTok, right? I need more of you to follow me. I think I've only got about 6,000 people or 6,400. We could do. We can do better. Okay, so help as much as you can, and I will follow everybody as well as much as I can on YouTube. So everybody tonight, thank you so much for your time as well. I will see you some other time. Do not fail to set up your notification as well, because some people have been like, I've not been hearing. I've not been getting notification. Please do check. And afterward, you all have a wonderful weekend. A beautiful night. Good night.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Mayegun dayari political. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní èso àjò.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní èso àjò.
Máyégún ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní èso àjò.
Máyégún ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní èso àjò.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o, Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀, Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́, ó ti jọba lórí abínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o, ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.